everybody. Welcome back to the Comedy Castle podcast. I'm your host, Stroll Frag. I'm going to tell you what's going on this week in Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. Matt Conn is our headliner Thursday through Saturday. And we'll get to Matt. We got a fun interview with Matt. Nice talk. Matt's a great guy, and we've known each other for quite a while, and had a lot to talk about. So I thought that was a good talk. But this week at the club, Wednesday, August 26th, there's open mic night at 7:30 p.m. It's $5 at the door to see who's all on this week's open mic. Do I have a list? I don't have the list. Doesn't matter. You come out. It's always a great time at open mic night, I say. It's 7:30 on Wednesday the 26th, and then Matt comes in on Thursday, August 27th through Saturday the 29th. That's the Thursday show at 7:30, a single show on Friday the 28th at 7:15 p.m., and then 7 and 9:30, the usual show times on Saturday night. So we got 2 on Saturday night. Garrett Evans emceeing, Jacob Russell featuring, all great comedians, great local comics that you guys should know. So come out and see Garrett and Jacob. They were both my students. You'll hear that in the interview. We talk about it. But Matt and I, have a lot to cover here in a sense. I think maybe when I was the last show that I had put up with Brad Wenzel, I think I said that I was healthy after my surgery in June and in the clear. And turns out I wasn't in the clear, and I had to miss my student showcase a couple weeks back on Tuesday night, and Matt filled in for me, which was cool. Ended up doing 8 days in the hospital. You'll hear a little bit more Matt and I go through some of the stuff that I went through, and I think my voice is also not 100% healed, but when you're being put under as many times as I was put under in those 8 days, it's kind of a lot. But it's good to be home, good to be back talking to you guys, and not at the club yet. I had to miss Big Jay Okerson this past weekend, and Jay's a friend of mine, and I just was not well enough to even come out and attend a show, watch a show. But I just want you to know, if you had a great time, I worked hard on getting Big Jay out to that club. I see him periodically, and he's always asking. I always say, you got to come back, and he goes, okay. And hopefully you guys had a great time if you saw Big Jay. All right? Okay. Matt Conn. Let's talk about Matt. What did we cover today? A lot. I think we covered a lot. I really wanted to get into how Matt got started in comedy. Who gave him his first big break? I didn't realize it was this Minnesota corporate gigs. We talk about being clean in comedy and how that's helped Matt. But hey, you don't have to be clean. And you'll hear the pros and cons coming out of his mouth, which I thought was really good. Matt dabbles in filmmaking. He's working on some projects. He shot some things. Post-production is taking place. He'll give you an update on those. We talk a little bit about movies, as I have a film background, went to film school. We talked about some of the movies and shows that are out now and some good ones. He doesn't like horror movies, and he'll tell you why, which I thought was a funny story. I saw the kind of the latest round of the hot horror movies, Obsession and Backrooms and Hokum and stuff. So I'll give you my thoughts on those. The Invite, saw that one. That was cool. Recommending The Invite. But it's a fun talk with Matt. Matt's a great guy. I want you guys to come out. This is a great show to, wives, grandmas. Everybody will like Matt Conn. He puts on a really fun show. He's sarcastic, but always entertaining. He's not a dick. He smiles, makes you laugh. And his cards are amazing. Well, you'll hear that in the interview. What is his merch? Those cards... Chef's kiss for those cards, brother. As good as it gets when it comes to comedy merch. Didn't have to sell your soul to make those, did you, Matt? No. Did a good job with those. But let's just get to the interview. We're going to play this interview with Matt Conn. I'll come back to wrap it up. Here's Matt Conn. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other end of my line, what a pleasure to talk to Matt Conn, our headliner this weekend, Matt. There you go. There's me applauding.
Hey.
But I'm sure other people are applauding wherever they are listening to this. They're applauding in their car. Maybe they're at lunch somewhere. They're at the coffee shop. They're applauding for you there.
Feel it. I can feel it come through.
But I mean, Comedy Castle weekend, man. What a huge thing. First Comedy Castle weekend for you, or no? Have you done one before?
First headlining, I featured for Jay Jordan
Yeah.
maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
This has been just like I think the goal of so many just comics, local comics here. I mean, any comic, but it's been just been so excited about it.
Sure.
It's kind of something
And you're how many years into the business at this point?
I stepped on stage for the first time in 2009.
Okay. Yeah.
But a couple setbacks here and there with children mostly.
Yeah, sure. What a setback. But that's great though. So, but still, I mean, when you look at like people go like, well, when am I going to headline the Castle? What's my thing? You say 2009 to 26. Not unusual.
Right.
That's people might do it quicker. Some people will never do it. And, so the fact that you're doing it is awesome.
And I think really like I would count like the last 7-8 years is when I took it a lot more serious, and I could just, I didn't realize what it takes to really get into a scene.
Sure.
And it's, more than just going to an open mic every couple months.
And then, and not just that, but also, to get to that headlining thing. And I know, cause I even, I see where you're at, and you were my student, and I'm always following all of you guys and seeing how your careers are going. But, you're headlining things that aren't the Comedy Castle for quite some time before you make that jump to the big stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see like, man, you have to become kind of bulletproof in your set, and early on I was like, it'll be fine. But like, you got to prove it.
Well, where were some of those places? What was like, Matt, okay, we're going to let you headline, Matt. Here we go. And in these places were what?
Yeah, it started, I think anytime I've traveled for something or I put a little extra effort in where the juice probably wasn't going to be worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Like it ended up being like a real growing moment. Like I went to Fargo with Mike Ball for my first feature, first 30 minutes. And I didn't have a real good 30 minutes, but he was going to give me the opportunity, and we made a road trip of it. And from there I was like, okay, now you just getting that opportunity. And I went to Minnesota for a competition, and I got to the end, I lost, but I met a booker there who really liked me. And so he started booking me and like headlining like kind of corporate gigs.
Oh, really?
Which I was probably not, I don't know if I would have booked me for that then, but it was, I was getting these opportunities to, and then, and I don't know, just being able to be on stage for an hour and grow that way.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing that you kind of, because I always say to people, like, people will go like, well, like there's guys who like, they book a room and then they're the headliner, and it's like everywhere else they're hosting if they're even getting paid at all. And I say, well, look, I know that seems sleazy. That might seem, and that's not what you did. But I also go like, well, if you were going to learn how to do it, that might be a way to learn how to do it, is to just do it. Maybe you don't know what you have to do. You don't know what it takes, but you're going to do it. And you're either going to do it until it hurts so bad that you quit and you say, to hell with this, I never want to do it again, or you're going to figure it out.
Yeah, getting those low stakes kind of opportunities where a friend lets you do 40.
Yeah.
And just seeing really how much time do I really have? And then can I don't know, some of those intangibles of being able to have the confidence to do some crowd work because it's just not going the way you want.
Right. I always tell people, when they come through my class and they're looking for paid work, I say, look, you're going to MC and they're going to really like you. And when they do, they're going to say, hey, we want you to come back and do 20 minutes as the feature. Never tell them you don't have the 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. I would love that. That's the answer. Because that next spot, that feature spot, could be 6 months, could be a year away. Now you've got that goal of, I can do this. I
always made it more of like a philosophy too. It's just like, I never say no unless I can, because like, especially early on, I was like, yes, even if I didn't want to do it or whatever, I was like, I'll do it. And I still pretty much go that way. Even like looking at paid gigs, I don't put that, like, that's not a huge problem. I like getting paid, but I still just love doing comedy.
Sure. Yeah. Now, and then with you too, was how much of getting headlining opportunities for you came from being clean? I don't know, how you define your act in the clean, dirty spectrum. I would say it's clean, but people say in Minnesota you got to do a corporate show. Is that do you think you fit the mold a little bit, and then that helped?
Yeah, I fit the mold. The clean helped me a lot.
Yeah, okay.
I came out doing clean, and that gave me a lot of opportunities to do longer times. Even just like when I took your class, and in some of like the competitions at Comedy Castle, I had more of a cleaner set, and then you have reputation to clean, so they needed somebody to plug in.
Yeah,
and but the kicker is I started working with Funny Business and as like a feature, and then I'm going to like bars and and it's like clean wasn't going well.
No, yeah, I've played those, man. Yeah, they're rough.
So then I'm like, well, I got to get a little bit more edgy. These people want some fun, and so then you get booked for that. Now I've been working on like kind of dirtier stuff, or somewhat dirty or whatever. And then I come back and I'm booked for clean, and you do a joke that's like an innuendo or something like that. Like, what the heck, man? So it's just balancing. But I guess I just always do with sports or whatever. It's just like, just go where you're wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody wants clean comedy, I can do clean comedy.
Sure. Well,
you want something dirty?
And I think that's a situation where, as much as you don't want to say no to stuff, you also can do it without, when you look back on things, especially now, with me being in the business almost 30 years, you just go back and go, yeah, if I never do that, where's the harm in, let somebody else go do that gig. That might be their thing and not my thing, and let them go do it. And, because I think when you say yes to a thing that you really shouldn't be doing, then you're going to burn bridges. That's the people that are so anxious to move up, and they just, oh man, I gotta be the MC on the weekend, and then it's like, all right, that went well, I gotta be the feature, and you gotta be this, and it's like, nah, just do the thing that you're good at, and it'll happen.
Yeah,
don't force it.
I showed up to one, I got booked, and it was like clean, and I'm like thinking, well, I'm corporate clean, and but I went into it was a church, and it was like in a church. I was like up where the pastor was. So you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go,
Reverend Matt.
But they were they were so generous too, though. It's the other part is that in some of those shows that are clean, it's a little more wholesome, and I don't know, they're just generous folks, and they're not gonna boo you.
Right? Yeah. You could probably say to a church crowd, hey, how about a dirty one? Is that all right? I've never done that. They don't put me on the church. I would always turn it down, but that's always the weasel move you get from the clean. I see that at the Comedy Castle at the the private shows and stuff. Hey, just so you know,
blame it on the
just so you know, you got to be clean, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, clean, yeah, innuendo, nothing too, and then they go out there. Hey, they told me I got to be clean, but would you like a dirty one? And everyone's like, yeah. And meanwhile, in the back, there's two nuns that booked a thing with the club and holding onto the rosary beads.
The innuendo is always, because I don't have like outwardly dirty jokes, but like innuendo stuff, that's where it gets a little weird. Where like it's not technically dirty. And I did get
you're not swearing. You're
Yeah, it's if you know what I'm talking about, it's dirty.
Yeah.
But if some folks, if there's any kids here, they're definitely not going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's a dance. It's a dance you got to figure out who you are and what you're, because that's the thing with you. I think where you're at now, when people think about, all right, I need a guy. You don't want to be too dirty. You want to be friendly. Guys will like him, but women will like him too. Matt Conn. There you go.
Yes. I like that.
That's your lane, man. Well, whatever. Everybody gets their thing. Either you don't have a thing, or you end up with a thing, and that's, I think, your thing right now, and that's great.
Yeah, I think that just being likable is like. I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty nice person anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't attack people, and I don't know. I think that the likableness has been easy and makes it easier. Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great. And then tell me about some other things outside of comedy. I mean, filmmaking. Let's talk about that. What's going on that way? You're one of those guys who like puts together a project, gets a bunch of comedians, and shoots these things, man.
I know. I need to get you in something too.
Listen, shoot it from my house.
Days behind you.
A documentary about my last days. I don't know if that's that's maybe not the Matt Conn vibe, but
what was the last thing you wanted?
Good God. Well, you know, the last thing we'll get in, I want to really talk about your films, but the last thing I did before I knew I was going to maybe not die was to cancel my interview with Tim Finkel. Which I felt terrible about because I love Tim. He's been on the show so many times, and he's always great. You and Tim are buddies, and it was just like, hey, Tim, I think I can't do the show. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. Probably felt disrespected, and then I'm in there with 105-degree fever in the ER. So, all right, let's talk about your movies.
Yeah, so I have one. I know we were just talking about sound.
Yeah,
and I was going to ask you if you do it because I've been struggling.
Yeah, sounds a bitch. Yeah, it is.
I filmed this with. Yeah, I mean obviously in stand-up, the importance of sound can just completely take you out, and just like stand-up and in filmmaking, it's like all you're trying to do is like hypnotize folks into this world that you're in.
Yeah,
and and all the elements have to be perfect, or the magic trick won't work.
Yeah.
And so going through and editing, and it's so much of a feeling that you have to go off of. Like something's just not right, and it takes a while. Like I don't know, just like in jokes, like what it's there, but it's not there.
Yeah.
And, over and over again, and watching something 1,000 times, and then you finally see what was wrong. Like, oh, we're cutting at the wrong spot. Yeah. But I filmed this pilot TV show with a bunch of comics. Dave Landau's the star of it. It's called Life's Not Fair. It's about a comic who is canceled a few years prior and is working in the family carnival and reemerges a comedy career from that.
Okay, that's
on the guesser, the guess your weight machine. Yeah. And
sideshow.
And Dave is just he is so good.
Yeah,
I've watched it so many times, and like as an actor, and probably better than what I even knew was happening when we were watching it. He was like, he really hit this mark with this comic too, that like kind of realizes why he's doing it, that he loves comedy. When he's like roasting people on the guesser machine. But yeah, so that is almost done. I've just like the sound thing has been killing me. We went to get it leveled, and I think the guy just ran it through AI, and so it just came back kind of almost worse. And he's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. And then, what's your background in filmmaking? Did you study filmmaking, college, anything like that?
No, I just always was fascinated by it. I always made videos, but I never went to school for any of it. Just edited or made little weird stuff. Once I made this claymation of a friend that was moving away.
Okay.
And it was a completely nothing clean about that at all. And just that, I don't know, that was like stop motion stuff. But now it's just it's so hard, but so easy to do all of these things.
Yeah.
There's just so much more, but
absolutely.
Everybody's carrying around a camera today. Yeah. And I mean, editing is drag and drop.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely gotten easier. I went to film school I guess in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And, I graduated from Wayne State. I studied at NYU for a summer and did all that.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was doing, at NYU, I was really doing more like writing and analysis and film theory stuff more than any actual production stuff. They had production stuff, but I felt like I was going to be in over my head and I felt like it was going to be like, how the shooting part is so collaborative. Like you can write stuff. on your own,
Yeah.
and you can do that. And I just felt like it was going to be so collaborative that being in a city where I didn't know anybody, it was going to be really rough. And I thought, let's go study some foreign films and some really cool stuff, and wrote some essays and hung out at the library and went to our little film. What would you call that? Little screening room every couple nights a week. Watch 16 millimeter prints. Good stuff. Good times.
I love when you and Jason Filan do the year in review.
Yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while. I should do one of those. I was talking to Jason yesterday. Put that on the docket.
Yeah.
For this year, because I'm watching movies. Part of me being sick is like, well, I get to watch movies. Maybe I don't.
Anything good?
Me and my wife watched The Invite last night, if you know what that is, with Seth Rogen and Ed Norton, Penelope Cruz, and Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde directed it. So there's a couple. They live in an apartment in San Francisco. The wife, Olivia Wilde, invites the neighbors over because she feels like they were doing renovations that were very loud and they don't know these people. And so she invites them over for a get-together. And it gets weird.
Oh, wait, is that nah? Is there one where they're? Is that an older one or no?
No, it came out this year. Came out this summer.
Oh, all right.
You can rent that.
I think a different one.
Which one was that?
Where they were at? It was a similar thing, but it turned out to be like they were kind of invited to be swingers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
That's kind of the one, dude.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it away here, Matt Conn, but
you
should still watch The Invite. It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, The Invite's good. If you love dialogue, I mean, it reminded me of like an 80s, almost like a Woody Allen movie where it's just people kind of getting under each other's, husbands and wives, and they're getting under each other's skin and insulting, like they're not, they love each other, but they really want to kill each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf would be a classic in that genre, maybe the staple of that, if you want to go back.
Did you watch DTF St. Louis?
I did. Yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. It's a weird one because I want to tell people to watch it, but I'm also like, hey, but I'm not a pervert.
Oh no, you need to watch. You and your wife need to watch this. Really? Okay. All right.
I know.
Yeah.
Somebody I told that to. They started. They started like halfway. And they said, "Yeah, we didn't really finish it, but it was okay."
Yeah, DTF St. Louis was pretty good. Yeah, it was one of those that they kind of knew people might be turned off by it, and they didn't care. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really brave. Yeah, that was a good show.
That Jason Bateman, like just that humor of that, like dark and dry.
Yeah,
is like I don't know if I like anything more. I mean, that's for me as great as it gets. I love like dry. I love dark. I'm like, this is perfect.
And he's the TV weatherman who has to be a nice guy, right? You got to be a pillar of the community. And he is into all kind of stuff that,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then I watch horror. I watch horror movies without my wife.
Oh, wait, which kind of horror? Like horror
the ones around Obsession and Backrooms and there was Hokum this year with Adam Scott, which was pretty good.
Okay.
So yeah, some of those are those are kind of interesting. I feel like a lot of if you're a new filmmaker, you kind of got to make one of those now.
How is Obsession?
Obsession's good. I mean, the thing about Obsession, I think, is that like there's a lot of memes about it, and it's kind of a very like simple, Twilight Zone influence sort of thing.
Okay.
And I think it's not that deep of a thing. Like there's not that much going on in it other than, this dude makes a wish, the wish comes true.
Right.
The love of his life is, not what he expected it to be. And, so I think a lot of like young people will kind of look at that and say, see, this is why you can't be in a relationship.
Right. See, I told you. So I'm just bad with scary movies.
Yeah, that one, like, it's almost like campy enough to where it's not that unsettling, Backrooms is completely weird and doesn't make sense and doesn't try to make sense, but the imagery is pretty trippy. If you see that
Got
one.
it. Can I ask you a question about a specific, so you know, like Friday the 13th? Mm-hmm. Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Terrible. But so he's like a demon. I was wondering this. He's a demon, so he's not like human or whatever. Doesn't do like human stuff. Mm-hmm. Then like he always stumbles upon like people having sex.
Yeah.
And he's always like he gives like he like turns his head. He's like,
okay. Yeah.
And then he kills them both. But it's like I'm always wondering like what's going through Jason when he like kind of tilts his head like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know what's going on in that demon head.
I couldn't tell you about that one. I mean, I know as my knowledge of that series, which probably was seeing them when they were coming out in the 80s, is Friday the 13th Part 1, the mom's the killer.
Yeah.
And then because, what is it? Was it Jason that drowns or Jason's brother drowns in the lake? And then the mom takes revenge on the kids because the kids didn't care about this boy drowning.
Oh.
So I think Friday the 13th at its root is sort of a morality thing, you know.
Got it. Okay.
You're at camp and you're having sex and doing drugs and doing all this bad shit. And, you know, we're going to make you pay.
He's judging.
Judging, yeah,
like, you
absolutely.
guys aren't even...
Really, yeah. I mean,
you're not...
Yeah, and then now you think about people committing actual crimes, and it's sort of it's maybe not that different with the rise of incels in America. I don't know. It's getting a little. So we're getting off base for the hero.
He's a hero.
I mean, I guess in a certain reading he would be. Yeah, sure.
Man.
But
I saw.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street was. I won't watch that. I saw it in first grade. My bad friend.
Yeah, it's a little early. Yeah, it's a little early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched it and then his parents, as in first grade, took us over to the video store to return it, and I didn't get the second one.
Oh.
And we're walking in the store, and I just barf all over the sidewalk.
No, horror movies, and listen, I saw like Friday the 13th in the theater, one of them, maybe the third one, and I might have been in sixth grade or something, and that was too soon.
Yeah.
To say, hey, Mom, take me to the theater to see this thing. Like, I remember not sleeping well after.
Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah.
It took me years with Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't mess with it. And it was almost worse because it was on like channel 50 on TV, which is like that channel just makes you feel weird anyways. Then I couldn't watch like Pistons games on there anymore.
Oh my God. Jeez, oh man. I must go do comedy to cleanse my disturbed upbringing from horror movies. All right, man.
Jason Voorhees,
let's get into a couple things and we'll get you out of here, get people out to the show. 4 shows this week: Thursday, Friday, a single show, 2 on Saturday with Matt Conn. I got to talk to you about this because this is, when I teach my advanced comedy class and I lecture about why, as a comedian, you probably should sell merch after the show. I don't think anyone sells merch as unique as yours. That is any more creative than what you're doing, and let's get the story behind that stuff.
Yeah, I greeting cards.
Yeah,
and I wrote a bit about because I think it was just after Father's Day or something. And I always get these cards from my kids. And as a dad, you just get these. They're just like mean, always like backhanded.
Yeah, right.
And my wife's always like, "Mom, the greatest. You saved whatever." And then Dad, yeah, it'd be nice if you got your shit together, Dad. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Hey, scratch your nuts with this card, Dad. Kind of what this.
So I like actually brought the card that I had just received for Father's Day or my birthday or whatever. And then I read that and then this is what I started making my own greeting cards, and this is what I gave him on his birthday. And I actually had it written on the back side of the card. I just did like And then somebody after the show was like, "That's pretty funny. You should just like actually make that card."
Yeah.
And then I just started making them. It's a lot of fun making them. They're just basically like one-liners,
Yeah.
And then, but no, it does. They do well. They sell well, and I think the importance of selling merch too is, and my information's on them. So like my Instagram, website, and but some folks, they had a really great time, and they want a reason to give you some money.
Sure, yeah.
So give them a reason.
That's a unique way. Now, is that a thing when it came time to like, hey, somebody's got to make these cards for me? Did you try making them yourself? Did you find a company to do that? What was the difficulty? Because that's such a unique, T-shirts. Anyone will make you a T-shirt or a sticker.
Yeah. No, I do. I make them all myself.
Oh, you do? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. I design them, and print. I've gone to a couple different places, but I have a really good person that does it now. The kicker is it can be, the margins aren't as big as
that's what I was thinking.
On a T-shirt.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So you got to get that cost down to.
Yeah.
But in the end, I like watching people read them too. Like I'll put them out. I got a couple of real bad ones that I don't say on stage, so like I like to sit back and watch people read that one.
Yeah, it's a really great creative thing, and it's also, when I give people advice on like what to sell, I always say, if it ties into a bit, if it ties into a joke, then you're going to do much better with it, because it's not a thing where people might want it just because they saw Matt Conn. It might be a thing that some of you want, because I always say, like the whatever Matt Joel Fregamini World Comedy Tour 2026 T-shirt isn't selling. But you have something funny that goes along with the joke, and there you go.
And I think people, in a weird way, like just like you tell a joke that you heard, like people want to give something to somebody. So it's like if you can make something that's kind of a gift that is a funny gift, because then that person can give it to somebody else, and then it's like, hey, I'm funny too because I gave you that funny card.
Right. Yeah. Or they'll look back on it, they'll find it and go, oh yeah, that was a great show. What a funny.
I get stories of like my friend said she almost sent this thank you card to school, and she pulled one of mine in, and at the last second her husband grabbed like, you can't send this. And she just wasn't looking at it close enough.
Oh man.
I want to go and put a bunch in like Target and then just like kind of sit back and watch.
Yeah. That's really good, man. So yeah, man, 4 shows this weekend. It's going to be a great time. Who's opening for you this week? Do you know? I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, Garrett Evans.
Okay, I love Garrett. Yeah, one of my students.
Yeah, no, this is some real. And then Jacob Russell, he'll be featuring.
Okay, sure, yeah. Well, that's a solid lineup.
Oh yeah, both those guys I've worked with, and they're just hilarious.
Yeah, great spots for those guys on the rise. Garrett and Jacob.
Yes,
all 3 of you guys are my students. Now that I think about it.
This is it. And thank you. I mean, if anybody listening hasn't taken your class or Bill's class, it's such a great way. Like if you can't figure out how to get any movement or I don't know, just the classes on Saturdays, you guys, and you're practicing writing, you're practicing performing, and you're meeting people.
Which is what stand-up comedy is,
Yeah. That was huge for me. So thank you, Joel.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm so proud of how good you're doing and everything going your way right now, and headline weekends at the club and other places. And that's really good, dude. And you did me a favor last week, Matt. 2 weeks ago, when I had to go into the hospital, I mentioned that earlier. Matt filled in for me as the MC for my student showcase.
I don't need to be called a hero. I know people throw that around. Did I save the show? Yeah, I saved the show.
I mean, look.
I'm not a hero. Joel's a hero.
Well, listen, you know why I picked you, Matt. Because Dan Britton couldn't do it. But, folks.
Damn it.
No, but
Dan.
I knew because I had Tim on. You guys are buddies, and you'd enjoy working with Tim. And I also know that you're, like, super funny, and you're a great host. We tried to make that show because I really like that group of students. They just had to deal with me being 2 weeks post-surgery when we started. And then I don't know if I got the explosive diarrhea parasite at one point and missed a class. About 2 weeks after
I have
that.
that and when I don't.
Yeah, well, I had it kind of before it was a thing. Before it was a thing. So I don't know. The doctor that I talked to at the time said it was probably a reaction to antibiotics, which is what I'm doing now.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's I'm so glad, to know that you have this community of comedians that, you're at least a little bit responsible for making them on some level that can step in and do a killer job. That makes me feel really good, So when I reach out to you or Tim or Dan or whoever, you guys will step up and kill it, So, and
I'll tell you what was great is I went up and saw Tim's headlining weekend 2 weeks ago, and I got to do the the offstage.
My job, yeah.
I think I'm coming for it, Joel.
Oh, you mother! All right. I got to heal up now. This is it now. That's really, this is a spark for me. I'm telling you, this is it right now. To hear that Matt Conn wants my job, forget about it. I'm coming back.
Oh, well, I'll be kind of, we'll see how this weekend goes. I think
maybe you're doing it again. Maybe you're just doing it for yourself.
I got a couple new voices I'm working on.
Oh my voices? What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You bring a slide whistle back there and make some sound effects? You got tambourine? What do you got back there? Rim shots?
I bring it all.
Bring it all. It's still my gig. I'm not dead yet, fucker. I'm gonna come back and get my gig. But I gotta heal up. It's been a rough couple weeks. But hey, man, talking to you is great. This is the first sort of work I've done since then. So.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see me this weekend, but I'm always there. You do the offstage.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Keep working on it. Just now you've got the go ahead. I mean, you could have, well, Garrett's out first, so I guess Jake could do it, but you could do it too.
Oh yeah,
you do it. Bring out Garrett.
If you saw what I did for Tim, I mean, people didn't even remember the show.
No, it was that good.
All they talked about was the offstage.
Really?
They're like, what was that?
Basically, the comics couldn't follow the offstage.
Yeah, if you can't follow the offstage.
Yes, do the whole show from back here. Well, I'm glad to know. Hey, listen, that's a skill you got to get good at. And I certainly, was handed the microphone 6 months into comedy at places like Joey's and Dearborn, told to bring up Bill Hildebrandt or whoever was there that night going, I guess I'm doing this. I don't know, I think that's a lost art. Announcing.
Yes.
Bringing people up. Yeah, I've done that. I've done wrestling and I've done radio. I'm professional and amateur. In high school, I did amateur wrestling. Did professional wrestling.
You got a good voice for it.
Well, thank you.
You got a nice range.
Well, I think my voice got really fucked up in the hospital, so hopefully I don't sound too bad today. Been drinking coffee. Put that tube down your throat, brother. No, for real. It's like I was talking to my wife yesterday going, oh, God, I sound terrible, but I'm getting there. I'll be back. Not in time for this weekend, but coming up soon.
Yeah, and just know, I'm there. Every weekend you're not there.
Step in. Okay, yeah. Well,
I'm refining the offstage. I'm changing the offstage game.
Well, you talk to Bill Lodge and let him know that you'll be showing up to do the offstage, and you can deal with him.
Perfect.
You'll be done with that. You'll be calling me, Joel. Fuck that job. Fuck it. Now we're getting dirty now. But you know what I mean. A lot that comes with it. You get to do that off stage for 30 seconds and it's a blast. And then you're right back on the floor getting yelled at. By the audience, by whoever.
The drugs are gone.
Everything. Oh, God, the drugs. My God, I could tell you. I had that button. Yes. I had that button. You know how they say, you get the button and you hit the button when you're in the hospital and then it gives you an injection of pain meds? I had that button. And that button, I was in so much pain, that button did nothing.
Oh, man.
That's how it was for a few days anyway. So I had 4 different procedures. And between, I think, procedure 2 and 3, I had the button. my God, that button.
Jeez.
Couldn't even get through. Yeah, it was rough, dude.
But are you good now? No more surgeries?
I mean, if the infection doesn't come back, then I'm good.
Okay.
But then, ultimately this is a hernia repair and I could get a hernia again. But yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. I probably shouldn't even say that much because I'll be giving a deposition at some point. I don't want the Comedy Castle podcast, my conversation with Matt Conn, to ruin a 6-figure settlement, but I guess it's possible. But no, dude, I'm
play
just
the clip of. Yeah.
But listen, I'm glad to talk to you. It really cheered me up. I'm smiling, having a great time, and I want everyone to come out to Comedy Castle this weekend. See Matt. He's one of the best guys in Michigan. So proud of you, dude. Go kill it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, man.
Thank you, Joel. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on the podcast, man. It was great.
Same.
Take care, Matt. All right, bye-bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, Matt. Good job, dude. Really proud of all of my students that can come in and headline that room. And, man, I started the advanced comedy class back in my version of it in 2013, 2014, whatever it was. And now I can say it's Tim Finkel and Cam Rowe and Matt Conn, and I know there's probably other people who have done it too that I'm not even, Melanie Hearn. Everybody, and Matt gave me credit, which really felt nice too. But he deserves a lot of credit for working hard. He's got family. And he busts his ass out there. And he puts on a great show. And fun week to come to the club this week and see Matt, Jacob Russell, Garrett Evans, all good guys, all funny guys. I think you're going to have a good time, all right? All right, I think that's going to do it for now. I also want to mention that due to what was going on with me and my illness, won't have an advanced comedy class till October 24th. That'll be the next one. So I know people were excited about the September class, and want to thank all my students from the one that just ended that I failed to see your showcase, but it was a real life and death thing, and I'm glad to be on the other side of that for right now, and talking to you guys. Feels great. It really does. So thanks for listening. Comedy Castle Podcast. Go to comedycastle.com as always for all your tickets, your show information. Remember, Open Mic Wednesday, Matt Conn, Thursday to Saturday. Next week is Labor Day weekend. Might not be a show. Probably won't be a show. We'll see if I can maybe score one of the big guests for September. Maybe we'll do one then. Who knows? But if not, we'll catch you in 2 weeks. So we'll only be open next week for Open Mic on Wednesday. A week from this Wednesday is the only show scheduled then. Because you got Arts Beats and Eats. You got to eat your elephant ears and pay hundreds of dollars for parking and drinks and all the other nonsense that they, Not a big fan of Arts Beats and Eats. I really rarely go. But, hey, wouldn't be at the club anyway. I'm getting better, feeling better. Thanks to everybody who reached out when I was in the hospital and since. And love all of you. Great to talk to you. Let's get out of here. We're out of here. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.